What's up, everybody? It's me again. Obviously, you know that because you're here. Or you're not. Or you don't know me. Hi, I'm Rachel. I am a Farmasi beauty influencer, a stay-at-home mommy of 3 beautiful babies, 3 cats, and a proud Leo wife. Today, I kind of want to talk about revenge. I know, that's a weird subject to talk about. Revenge? What? Especially as a Christian, why are you talking about revenge? Well, I'll tell you. They say that revenge is a dish best served cold. And I have to disagree with that. I believe, first off, I know, we're all bad about it. Your anger gets the best of you, and you start, karma's gonna get you, you're gonna get what's coming to you. I get it, we've all been there. I've done it. And, obviously, as Christians, we are called not to do that. So, sorry, I'm distracting myself. We're called to be like Christ and turn the other cheek. And in the moment of anger, that's hard to do. Trust me, I know. My family is under attack right now, and it's hard, and I have stooped, and I have said some things. I have messaged the person who has hurt my family, caused my family a bunch of pain, and I've said some pretty nasty things. I've said my piece, and I probably could have been a lot more tactful about it, but I was upset and under attack over lies. And then this person who the enemy is using to attack my family messaged someone else, and then that person messaged somebody I love and told some even uglier lies about me. And it hurts. And so that's when I have to say I did break at that point in time. Because first of all, you're texting somebody I love, someone who knows me and knows that these are lies. But that doesn't help matters, So, what do? Obviously, what's my first thought? I want to do whatever I can to set this straight. And more than just tell the person how I really feel, So, I'm already a bad influence. I didn't turn the other cheek. And, well, revenge is best served cold, right? Wrong. At least from what I think. I believe that revenge is a dish that is best served warm. What? What do you mean? Now, the opposite of love is not hate. Because if you hate somebody, they are still occupying a space in your mind. They are still taking up, you are still allowing them to disrupt your peace and occupy your space in your mind. So the opposite of love is indifference. Rachel, how can the opposite of love be indifference, but revenge best be served warm? This is where that turn the other cheek stuff comes into play. I want you to think with me about the worst thing an ex has ever done to you. They broke your heart, right? But more than that, what did they do? They moved on with their lives. I don't know about you, but that always hurt me more than the breakup itself. It's just watching this person that you've just loved with all your heart just pick up and move on with their lives like you never even existed, like y'all didn't have something going on. That hurt more than the breakup. At least for me, right? I mean, I'm sure that could be the case for most people, you know, if you have a breakup or anything like that. Just move on with your life like nothing ever existed. Think about how much that pain ate you up inside. It wasn't the pain of the breakup. Yes, that sucked and you cried and everything else, but what really hurt you the most was the fact that they moved on with their lives and acted like you were nothing. That's why revenge is best served warm. Because the worst thing that person did was not love you anymore. Move on with their lives. How dare they be happy? Best revenge served warm. Move on with your life. Be happy. Go do that thing that they said you couldn't do. Go be that person that they said you couldn't be. Show them. Show them. Especially that controlling person. Go show that controlling ex, I don't need you. You made me feel like I need you. I don't. I don't need you. And that's not just, it's not just romantic relationships I'm talking about. My particular situation, with everything I've got going on, with the attacks I'm receiving, God is like, Rachel, just be happy. Keep living your life. Let me handle this, because that's gonna eat away at these people way more than anything you could sue or say or do. Now, you've said your piece, and you can't go back. You've said what you said, and you can't go back and change that. But what you can do, you said your piece. You know, get up, pick up, and move on with your life. What? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, God? Pick up and move on with my life, but they hurt me. They hurt my husband. They hurt my children. They hurt us. Yeah, they did. Let me handle that. And this is where that whole faith thing comes back in to play. And it's so funny because this was part of my morning devotional again. It's the messy table part 2. So, Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. And then we're going to flip back to 1 Peter verses 6 through 9. So humble yourselves under the mighty power of God, and at the right time he will lift you up in honor. Give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you. Stay alert. Watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Stand firm against him and be strong in your faith. Remember that your family of believers all over this world is going through the same kind of suffering you are. Now that's tough to hear. A little bit, you know. I mean, I'm not the only one. No. Because something we have to remember that about, like, karmic revenge, or not karmic revenge, but taking revenge out on ourselves, slashing tires, all that stuff. That's the enemy. If you are someone who would never do something like that, you're calm, you're quiet, you're collected most days, and all of a sudden you have the desire to go slash someone's tires or spread lies because you're angry, that is our enemy. And that's why revenge is best served warm, because the best thing you can do to not only get back at the person who has hurt you, because the person who hurt you because of the enemy, but also to combat the devil, is to sit here and say, God, I give it to you. And this is turning more into a vlog. Like, I feel like I'm preaching to myself with this too, with everything I've got going on. But the best thing you can do is, God, I give this situation to you, and that's that. And then the enemy, Satan himself, has to sit back and be like, wait, what? No. You mean you're not going to go out and slash tires or spread lies or gossip? Because even gossip, that's not a thing of God. Gossip, gossip is written about several times throughout the Bible, about how wrong it is to gossip. And Romans chapter 1 verse 29, Paul is writing his letter to the Romans, talking about those who know God and still sin. And Paul says, their lives became full of every kind of wickedness, sin, greed, hate, envy, murder, quarreling, deception, malicious behavior, and gossip. Obviously, I am not God. I don't judge sins, but one of the most hurtful things I think one believer can do to another believer is gossip. Spread lies, spread hate as revenge for whatever reason. Because, first of all, we're all sinners. There's only been one perfect human being on this planet, and that was Christ. So, if one of Christ's commandments, if Christ's 2 commandments were to love God and love thy neighbor, why would a believer cast gossip? Why? Why would you hurt? Why would you want someone dead? Why especially would you go around spreading lies about someone and trying to make them look like a bad person because of their specific choices, their specific sins, if you will? I think, and this was also part of my devotional, so it all ties in together, I promise. But in John 8 is when the Pharisees bring the adulterous woman to Jesus, wanting him to condemn her. And everyone knows his response. Let he who was without sin cast the first stone. Now, some biblical scholars will say that he's simply referring to every single one of the Pharisees were also adulterers, and regardless, we could apply that to anything. Nobody is perfect. We all sin. We all make mistakes. But we are called to love. Hate the sin, but love the sinner. Our job as Christians is not to condemn people because of their sin. Only God can only God can judge. I'm not trying to quote Miley Cyrus. But at the end of the day, God is the one. Our job as Christians is to love everybody. Which stinks when all you want to do is get revenge. And it hurts. And I am just as guilty. And we're not supposed to use people's pasts against them. But if they're still out committing the same sins, then it's harder to not use those sins against them. And I think the best thing that if you do fall into that temptation, which I recently have, of telling somebody off, bringing up their past, is to admit your own faults too, because you don't want to look like a hypocrite. You don't want to be a hypocrite. We all are hypocrites. I'm sorry, but we all are. I'm a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. It's the way it is. It's who we are as human beings. It's the nature of free will. Which people seem to forget a lot about. Why does God allow this to happen? No, God didn't allow anything. Well, God allowed it to happen, but God didn't cause it to happen. Anyway, I'm rambling and everything, but I say all that to say this. And again, I'm calling myself out because I am not perfect. I've recently fallen victim to letting the enemy win. And yes, we have free will. God wasn't like, nope, I command you not to say anything. He let me make that decision. He let me make that call. And once I realized, I didn't handle that right, him and I had that talk, and he, brought me the right devotional that I needed to, okay, which is why I've been thinking about revenge all day. But again, like I said, I say that because I want us to remember that revenge isn't best served cold. It's best served warm. Because yes, these people have hurt us tremendously. But the best thing I can do for my family is to just move on. And that's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy and it's hard, especially, but that's what has to be done, because it'll bring me peace, it'll bring my family peace, and it'll improve my relationship with God, because now what do? I move on with my life and trust that God will fix this situation. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I say all of that to say it hurts. This situation that we're in right now, whatever situation you're going through where you just want to go slash their tires or call out their name across the rooftops and defend yourself against the lies. I know it hurts. I know it does. Lord knows I know it because I'm going through it myself. But I have to, and we have to, trust that God will. The truth will come out. Doesn't it always? And God will make a way. It's what we have to learn to trust in. And trust and remember to trust God. And lean on His understanding and not our own understanding. I know. It sucks. It's painful. It's messy. But as believers, we have to remember that we absolutely have an enemy that seeks to steal, kill, and destroy. And the moment we start digging deeper is usually the moment that it starts happening. I know for me that's what's going on. I started digging more and more in my word, and my attack started coming. So trust me, no one understands. I may not understand your specific situation, but I know how hard it is. That was a little more purple than I wanted to do. That's what we have to do. That's it. We have to accept that revenge is best served warm. That we are all sinners. And we have to trust that God will make a way and God will fix every situation. So anyway, now that I'm all glittered up, I want you, if you take nothing else away from this, even if you're not a believer, I want you to remember this. I say all of that to say the opposite of love is indifference. And the best revenge you can ever get is your own peace, your own happiness. Move on with your life. God will make whatever situation right. Let's pray. Dear Lord, I lift up the person on the other end of this screen right now. Whatever situation they're going through right now, Lord, I just lift it up to you, and I know that you will take care of them and fix whatever needs to be fixed. I call a hedge of protection around that person, Lord. I call this beautiful person, around their heart, Lord. Protect their heart, protect their mind, protect them. Send a host of angels to protect them from any attacks from anyone evil, and protect them from the enemy and his attacks. In your precious Son's name I pray. Amen. Love you guys. I'll see you next time.